What's up, everyone? This is Updog here with you, the People's Envoy, and we've got Twitch chat here live going over the reaction of the not Null, Battleworld being put on pause. They like using that term, pause, the devs do. So, just a quick recap in case you didn't see the blog. Basically, Battleworld's going on pause. We're going to be getting ISO, purple ISO. We're going to be maybe getting null shards. Probably going to be getting just an increased amount of them once Battleworld comes back, which, by the way, will be sometime in early part of 2025. My guess would be, if I were to just throw out a date, I would say probably February would be my guess. Sometime in February, I think that's probably what they would probably aim for. And then, so Purple ISO will be added in more events, so we're not missing out on that. And then Awakened abilities for the Astral team, so that people can use them in war. That will also be in events. They didn't say if they'll be easy to get, hard to get. Hopefully that's reasonable. Reasonable, what they call it? Reasonable participation or engagement or whatever. So that's basically the TLDR on what's been going on with this blog. I got some people in voice and we got the chat here, so who wants to kick it off, voice?
I do. Me, please pick me. Pick
Okay, go ahead, Joker.
Um, I think this is only and directly in effect because of the mess up and the leaderboard mess up.
Yeah, I think so
That
too.
was supposed to be a prize that everybody was not supposed to get
Right.
on a new character, so on and so forth. Regardless if we have filled the red stars, yellow stars, so on and so forth to obtain the 3 diamond. Not everybody's got that, and now
Right.
the carrot's gone. They can't just restart it. So,
Right.
however long a season of this would be is how we're going to have to wait,
Yep.
because this was supposed to be a roadmap that was supposed to go a month,
Yeah.
and not just, I mean, just for this roadmap, and then switch out just like Crucible rules and War rules, la la la.
Right.
And they can't do that now. There's no
Yep.
reason to.
Right.
I mean, so that's my opinion on it. That's it.
Okay.
But they didn't say that in the blog. I wish they would say something like that, like "Oop, we gooped, and because
Yeah.
of this, this is why you can't have this."
Yeah,
I would like to know that.
I'm pretty sure it's the bug with the
Or wait,
null, the cap damage on null. I'm pretty sure they couldn't
uh
fix
huh.
it in time in this 1 week that we had. It's kind of like a doesn't count week, basically, is where we're at right now. Currently, so how do you feel about, you've been grinding the Shadow King trial and trying to get tops in the leaderboard, and now you're not going to have a battle world to use them in.
Right. That's another stupid thing. I think they should let it somehow allow us to play with that null boss,
Mm.
just like open range. There you can't get anything from it whatsoever at all.
Ah,
Honestly, I think that's best for them too, so that we can literally be the rats and figure out the holes and take advantage of shit, so that they can see it fixed in live throughout whoever's doing it.
right.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, that can be fixed. They can change that on their servers, upload a little code, and then fix that so that that hole is patched and nobody can get through."
Mm-hmm. True.
That's what they need to do. Just besides letting, I'm not sure exactly how many, but whatever, into the test servers and how that works. But they need to have every player be able to attack that. Again, do it with their own time and get nothing from it. Check the difficulty, set it up for themselves, so on and so forth, while they have
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
And then all the relative data from everybody hitting it and playing it, they can have and change shit. That's
Right.
free to them. All they have
True.
to do is open up the door, let us do our thing, and play with it.
Okay. Yeah, I like
That's
that
it.
idea. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think that's a
Flint.
win-win.
Yeah, definitely. Old timey or Flint or Knight, you got anything? What are you guys thinking on
Um,
this?
I think
Oh
that
man.
all of this could have been avoided.
And how could it have been avoided?
I don't think that they listened to the
I'm a
feedback
different.
of envoys and the play of voice as much as they could have.
Yeah, I kind
I
of agree
mean,
with that, actually, to be completely honest.
the blog specifically states. Let me find it real quick, so I know I'm not getting anything wrong.
Did we all get a
This
free gold?
pause will allow us to make engagements that align with the community's suggestions and ensure the mode is as engaging and enjoyable as possible upon its return.
Yep.
That could have been avoided if they had listened to the feedback they originally got.
Yep. I agree.
That's also a little subjective, if I may add one little thing, because Updog, I'm liking the Shadow King trials. Some
Mhm.
people abhor that shit.
Yeah, true. Yep.
This is the most I've been engaged with this game since it came out, and they were about to change it. So I mean, that's like the snake eating its own tail. Like, oh, or at least for me, it seemed like it was going great, and then they just want to change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the opposite side of that.
So like, I'll give you a little context. So the null bug we had no idea about when we did the playtest, and the playtest was a little bit weird because we had Gear 14 characters the first time. The second time we had our own roster, but we didn't actually get to do the null boss the second time because it was just really something funky going on. It was running on the weekends. The rounds lasted, I don't remember exactly. I think they were like 12 hours or something, or maybe it was 8 hours, or I don't know. I don't remember how long they were, but it wasn't a full 24-hour thing. They wanted to try and get us through each zone quicker, so it didn't take so long. But the other improvements that we suggested, they did change some. There was others that they didn't. So yeah, I guess that's just a little bit of context. I guess I'll talk about my thoughts on it after everybody else has gotten their words in. But Knight or Old Timey, did you want to say anything, or everyone?
All right, hold on. T-Dash to the rescue.
Oh, T-Dats
Hey,
to the rescue. Oh, so now the mobile stream is over. Now T-Dats comes over. I get it. Okay. I gotcha.
No, I've been dealing with a little bit of a personal emergency at home. I'm actually in the Target parking lot,
Oh,
but I've
my.
been listening in the car on the way, and I have several thoughts.
Okay.
First of all, Battleworld was a failed project. They've been pushing this thing for as hard as they could. It took them forever to get this thing.
Yep.
After delay after delay, there was the corporate pressure
An
to just
anonymous
push.
user gifted 5
This is a part of that whole
subscriptions to the
hyper
community.
monetization era, and that we don't care about the content. We just got to get it out as quickly as possible. So it's exactly what happened. They got it out over objection, over all these other things. They saw the huge backlash. Mobile, everybody is just pissed about this game mode because it's a huge time sink. Not only that, we've seen the metrics go down significantly. So many people stop playing this game because honestly, it's a chore. You got spreadsheets, you got to go on, you got to figure out which 10 of your things is set in Spec Ops, and you got to do that 5 fucking days. And then most of the time when you play, it's just a goddamn joke.
Yeah.
And then, of course, by the time you get to null, the final, content that's actually worth playing, and then it's bugged, and then it's not working the way that it's supposed to.
Right.
And so people who, are playing the system or, know what's going on are able to get these astronomical scores, and they just make it all, again, all of the criticism is valid. All the things that people have said. I mean, I'm glad that they're finally listening.
Right.
But there's also this huge tanking in people, which I think is also a huge motivator and pushing them to finally actually listen to the player base that, again, for me, it's a huge time sink. Like, it takes however long to look up your spreadsheet. And if you're doing it on your phone, you got to maybe, swipe it down a couple times, and then maybe your game crashes and you got to replay it. And it's just, it's hassle.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is supposed to be fun. We're still playing because we like the game and we think it's fun and we like the mechanics and we like, blowing shit up. And that's the way it's supposed to be, is a fun game.
Yeah.
This Battleworld has been nothing but a failure, and it's been not fun at all. It's been a chore, except for null. Battling null is fun.
Yes.
Because if you have the time and you want to do it, you have the ability to reset that thing as many times as you want.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people who are diehards want to have the ability to play the game for as long as they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing for you to accomplish and there's nothing for you to do in the game, and you've got all the characters you want, and you're doing moderately okay competition-wise considering your level, there's nothing for you to do in the game. So, again, I saw somebody on one of the things that Mobile was reading on his video is that, the game has to be fun. And if it's fun, then people will play. And, playing the lottery of getting no, old, the ancient one shards, and you don't get any Emma shards, and you got to keep. Oh, I got 7 orbs, and I got 3 shards. Like, oh, that's just great. Like, none of that is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I do believe that it starts with having fun. I know I have not been having fun with Battleworld. So
okay, all right, that's fair. Well, thank you for
I'm doing it right now.
Thank you for joining us from the Target parking lot. Thank you for pulling over and being safe.
I did pull over. I'm in my parking spot. So
you're not giving birth, right?
Go pick up
He has his own parking spot at Target.
Go
guys.
pick up your Target drive up order.
Well, the wife said, "Can you do it? It would save me a lot of time." And I was like, "Oh, of course." And then I drove home and I completely forgot. And then I started to take care of this emergency thing. I was like, "Oh God." So, but no, this was something I'm glad that I stuck around. I'm glad I was listening because I was listening to all you guys mentioned. I was like, well, I've got several things I'd like to talk about this.
Yeah. All right, so Old Timey said he's good. He doesn't really have any comments. Knight's good. Now let's go to chat here for a little bit. Let's see. So Steven, he's got a great point. I think. Well, even though T-Dats is in our alliance, and he does have a lot of time constraints with his job and big family and everything, but I think it does help that we did have a pretty engaged and on top of things captain handling the spec ops for us, and if there was a change or somebody did the wrong placement or something, he was on top of it and saying, hey, just go do this instead or whatever. But so for Steven, it wasn't as bad because we had a good captain for him. So that's good news, I guess. I think we need to make the way that the Alliance leadership communicates, that needs to get better. Like, we shouldn't be relying on Discord. We should be able to do something in the game. Kind of like the war targets or something, where, or I don't know, you can like set in the spec ops, you can like mark for different people or something, here's where you go or whatever.
How about you just get rid of it entirely? What's the point of it? It's just, oh, we're making it more challenging for you on some nodes. How about you just make challenging nodes and then we can figure it out from there and give us enough difficulties to fucking use?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
It's silly.
I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a theory.
Go ahead, Flint.
We know a gold spending a level cap is coming. That's a given.
We can speculate on one because of the gold spending we've had going on.
No. There was a data mine today. There's a level 100 time heist in the data mine.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. So we can assume that a cap is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they might bring Battleworld after the cap to make it challenging. That's why it's being delayed for so long to updog speculation February.
Maybe. That could be part of it.
No,
maybe they're
come on
wanting
now.
to make
plus
I know you're being coy because you can't tell us, but I mean, come on, a gold spending event. This has happened time after time after time again.
Yeah. I mean,
right before a level increase,
the writing's on the wall.
You got right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
And not only that, the math is on the wall. Steven has got this shit, marked down to a, science. He's, it's 6 to 9 months. It's 3 to 6 months. And again. I'll say it again. We've entered the hyper monetization era, and I think they're finally starting to feel a lot of this backlash, and that the game is so complicated. There's so many things to do. There's so much time it's required of you that, again, I know that you're here on Twitch because you're a diehard and you want to know the latest and greatest, but there is still a big part of this user base that just wants to see shit blow up. And that's all that they do.
True.
They don't care.
Yep.
You see it in Cosmic Crucible, like people that are active and they don't play at all. At least in my area they do. But
True.
so but I don't try that hard, and I don't know the game like you guys do. Like I don't know, I don't take the time to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the game. It's held me back in many, many ways. But again, I don't care that much. Like, again, at this point, if it wasn't for the community, I probably would have quit like 2 years ago at this point. But
Yeah.
I'm still hanging out because, I enjoy playing with people. I enjoy talking about the game. Like, my kids know about Marvel Strike Force. Like, it's a part of my life,
Yep.
Like, they want to see Panda Pool eating the bamboo shoots. Like, they just want me to pull them up. Like, my sons watch me play. Who's that? It's Zombie Iron Man. Oh,
Yep.
that's Zombie Juggernaut. Oh, I just unlocked, the new character. I
Yep.
finally got Mephisto, Big Boy Mephisto, in the last month or two or whatever it was. And so I'm still working on Odin. At this point, I have more ions than I have the things to actually equip them with.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get Odin soon, and those things keep me going. Like, Battleworld doesn't keep me going. Battleworld is just like something I do because I'm trying to be a good alliance mate. It's not a fun game mode that I particularly enjoy playing.
Yep.
And I'm the kind of guy that in the past has really enjoyed spending the time to go through the Scourges and the Trials and replay it all these different times. And of course, we did it this time, and now everybody's pissed off about it because it's too easy and too many people are winning.
Yeah.
Like, we can't, it's this porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. Why can't we just find, the one that's just right?
I know, right? I think that
would make
the Goldilocks zone.
Yes.
It's the Goldilocks theory,
Yep. That's kind of what Steven had said here, but let me read a couple more things from other people real quick. Flint's mom's boyfriend says, I love the fact that they're actually listening to us. I have no issues with them taking it down to fix it. I like that viewpoint. I wish they would have done it a little sooner, but hey, like Diamond Dave said, we're here now, so let's do the best we can to do it right. So, Bubba Hotep says, I don't mind the pause as long as they make Astral a pure war team. So yeah, that's one of the things I was kind of trying to get Joker to comment on a little bit is we've, a lot of people have spent on the Astral team. We've worked so hard to get all the characters unlocked if you're free to play. And now we don't get to use them for the mode that they are meant for. Maybe a lot of people have been grinded for Shadow King for a higher score. We're not even going to talk about the whole. They were thinking of adding scourges or packs. We're not even talking about that, but because that didn't end up happening. But yeah. So now we just get to use them in War and maybe Crucible. Maybe they'll be good there. I don't know. With the right team, I think they're okay. But you have to kind of do a hybrid. So you need to be able to block rooms as don't fail. Oh, that's a good suggestion, Max Carnage. That's good. For Spec Ops he's referring to. So let's see. Should be able to set up an autofill. Yeah, that'd be good too, Corvus. Set up an autofill for your Spec Ops if they keep it. Like T-Dats was saying, he doesn't understand why they have it. It's basically just extra points, so I think they should just make it a solo thing. Like, here are the characters you can put in. You can put in as many as you want, but just know that you won't be able to use them for those missions. That's how they should do it. It shouldn't be like an alliance thing. Like, the alliance thing you have going is these other missions. That's where you can get the points as an alliance. And then I think the Spec Ops should just be individual contributors. That's what I think anyway. Let's see here.
We have a special community manager who has a pinned message up, dog.
Okay, well, let me I want to get to everybody else here. Let's see. 100% believe Battleworld can be fixed. The problem is going to be different players want Battleworld to be different things. So yeah, that's one I wanted to read from Steven. Always on point as he is, and yes, that's a great. That's kind of one of the problems, I guess. One of the problems with things like. It's just like with Crucible and War. There's people who are really hardcore into War and not Crucible, and people who are really hardcore into Crucible and not War. There's people who are really into Battleworld. They want to grind that Null boss battle and get the best, highest score they can. And then there's people that just, like T-Dats, who just doesn't care and just doing it for his alliance just so he can contribute to the alliance that way. Steven says, why were they going to shorten playtime with War having less defense teams if they were going to remove that? Oh, Steven, I not for sure. on that question, but my guess is they made the decision about war, like, I don't know, last week or whatever, because they heard the feedback about the screen time with Battleworld, and then this Battleworld decision was probably a little bit more recent. All right, what do we got here from Pathfinder? Won't be able to use them in the mode while it's paused. What? Is he talking about Astral? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. It makes so Bubba Hotep says it makes me wonder who's making the decisions. Add days to Shadow King, add packs and traits. Nope, knock Ward. Yeah, they're trying to take feedback from everybody. We know that they always have a longer winter break, like a month usually, that they're gone. They're trying to get all this done before they go on break, so there's no issues or anything like that. I think that might be part of it. But yeah, it does feel kind of bad that they're changing their minds all the time. It makes it look like they don't know what they're doing, but I think it's honestly just how I'm gonna call it the workflow, I guess. How their workflow goes, it's kind of slow going for the most part, from at least what I see from the outside, kind of looking in. And I think that's kind of part of it too. But in the past, Diamond Day says, in the past, sticking to bad decisions was the trend. Listening to feedback and pivoting quick is now the trend. Yes, I do like that. Yes. Somebody had mentioned earlier in the chat, I don't remember who it was, but when RTA first came out, they just kept trying to change it and make it better, and then it just turned into what it is now. And I'm glad they did. If they would have put a stop on it like they are doing with this, people might really like RTA. I still like doing the old version of the RTA, which is the PvP mode. You hit this button right here, the versus battle. I still like doing that, but not a lot of people remember that or know that. But yeah, I think RTA, if they would have paused it, they could have made it a lot better than what it is now. But that's in the past too, so it is what it is with that.
So,
last mobile game I played didn't survive their winter break. Yikes. Yeah, what's up, Joker?
oh, this one will survive.
Oh yeah, this one will survive. Yeah.
No, I just finally, I think, had an epiphany as to why they wanted to change the trial, so on and so forth. But it's still their own fault. But it's something that they should have easily fixed at the beginning.
The adding the packs.
The pack should have been there at the start, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They should have known to do that on the sales of Annihilators and Illuminati and CB.
Yeah. Yep.
They sold very well. Sold very well. So a lot of people got them. So there's a lot of people going in with 6 red of those at least and going well. So they messed up. So they've messed up twice on leaderboards, basically back to back in 2 different game modes.
Right.
They definitely need to have a sit down with everybody in office and say, okay, who's not adding 1 and 1 and getting 2?
Yeah.
Because it's costing me -2.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely something they need to dedicate a little bit more resources to, as far as like watching the leaderboards for any hacks or whatever, or exploiting, and then making sure that the point difference is going to be enough where we aren't tied for thousands of people as well. That's another thing that
they may need to
Go ahead.
What is Apple and iPhone and Microsoft, and what do they always do to hackers? They usually put out like, hey, if you find a flaw, let me know and I'll help you, and you can come work for me or whatever.
Yeah.
That the FBI does that.
Yeah.
So
True.
If somebody does find flaws and they turn them in,
right,
that should also be like something that they need to put out too, or something like that,
Yeah.
so that can be fixed. So that they know that that flaw doesn't happen again.
There is like a bug reporting thing on the website, I think, but I don't know if many people know about it, or there used to be. I don't know if it's still on there. Maybe the chat can help me
There's
out.
a
Maybe
big bug. Big Bug needs to have a red phone, just like how Batman or yeah, there needs to be a bat phone for something like that. That's like
right.
ground changing. That's still being hidden from them.
Yep. So yeah, I guess my final thoughts on it are, well, okay, so what Flint was saying was, that could have been avoided. Yeah, and what going back to what Joker was saying too is, yeah, the leaderboards for Shadow King, I know the envoys at least mentioned that there's probably going to be a lot of ties and they should probably look into that. And this was a few days before the trial started. But again, it is what it is. We're here now. So let's make the best of it. Um, I think personally, their decision to reverse removing the packs was probably the best one they could make. Just because of everybody, all the hours and hours and resets that people have done to get where they are now. I think they should honestly launch a second trial with the new packs and pay out the same kind of leaderboard that they had. So then more people can get Shadow King. They'll have him ready for when Battleworld gets here. And yeah, just go from there. Hopefully what they don't do is come out with another Battleworld team shortly after, whenever they get it fixed, shortly after that comes back out. That would feel really bad. So
No,
hopefully
we
they
would need
don't
a
do that.
refund button for all of Astral.
Yeah, exactly.
No, seriously.
So what else? It does kind of feel bad too about spending all the time and then not getting to use them in the mode they're intended for. However, I hope the one thing I do hope about the awakened abilities is that they do make them reasonably easy to get. Maybe not easy, but it's reasonable to get them. How about that? With good engagement in the mode or in whatever event they have them in. I hope they go for that.
They should put those where Green Goblin and Black Cat and everything is right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I actually asked them about that. Like, what's the status
That's where
of
those.
some of the awakened abilities? Like, Old Man Logan, I thought would have been in there by now. His awakened abilities. So yeah, that would
Well,
be
he's
nice.
still a primo character as far as I'm concerned, but like they messed up on this team.
Yeah,
This team is only going to be viable in war with these
right. True.
awakens.
Yep.
So still, let us buy them, let us earn them, but
Right.
get them 5 at a time or 10 at a time, like we were getting Green Goblin and Black Cat.
Yeah.
They just need to do that now. They've already paused in Battleworld. This team is kind of not. They don't want this team to be garbage.
Right.
Then they need to do something like that
Yeah.
responsibly and reasonably easily.
Okay. All right. That's fair. And then awakened abilities for Astral need to be free. The team is garbage and war without them. I don't want. I don't know. That could go both ways. I get where you're saying, Burnsy, but like just handing them to us, like what if they awarded them to us for just doing our normal run-of-the-mill daily stuff? Like they put them in the daily objectives or put them in for doing 5 raid battles or something. That's earning them, but also easy to get. Would that be a acceptable solution for you, Burnsy? Or Joker sounds like it'd be okay with him.
They're kind of already doing that already.
Yeah.
With certain things that we do with the donations, with his basics, so on and so forth. Stuff for steak sauce. That's her name. Steak sauce.
A1. Yep. A1.
From War.
Yep.
Yep. No, it's just steak sauce. I'm not even saying A1. It's just steak sauce. She's a nice addition.
Yep.
So, and then obviously we're screwed on getting Emma's stuff now, but
yeah. Let's see. Battleworld and War, my two most hated MSF game modes. Shadow King is the first legendary that is dead before the end of their release event. Yeah, that's true. I just hope, I hope we get those awakened abilities fairly easy. I don't mind earning them for doing normal stuff, but if I have to core 500 cores or something like that, then that's probably, I don't think that's the right answer. So, what if restaurants charge you separately for having meat on your hamburger? I mean, the hamburger is kind of useless without it. It's just like, yeah, that's true. Yep, that's true.
You got
All
the
right.
hamburgers. The awakens are the pickles, the onions, the lettuce, the tomato, and the
True.
mayonnaise.
Yep, true.
Shadow King himself is the meat. He's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the only character in game, and he's a legendary. We're just adding that to it with new stats who can take away trauma.
Right. And it could have been worse. Like the reworks for Strange and Moondragon could have been just bad, and they could have just been just thrown on the team, and then people would really be. I think it'd be a little bit more upset. But yeah,
The team was worth it just for the Doctor Strange Wong jokes.
yes, I agree.
I'm not even going to name them, but just your mind is going abound with them right now. I guarantee it.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you everybody for all your feedback. I'm gonna send this video on to the devs just so they can see it as well. It looks like Pathfinder's watching anyway, but I will send it to I'll send it to the proper people that I'm supposed to. Pathfinder's in this lane. I'm in this lane. We're in different lanes. We're driving the same direction, but anyway. Until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, everyone. We will see you around.